Welcome back to UMass Sports Insider. Well, being a student athlete in any one sport is certainly challenging on one's time. But for this Minuteman you're about to meet, he changes a football uniform from the fall in for a track outfit in the winter and the spring. Just how does he do it all? Let's find out by meeting John Derulis, presented by Mafre Insurance.
My senior year, that's when I started playing offense, started actually playing varsity. I wasn't really recruited for football as big as I was for track, so it was a weird situation. It was like kind of almost a last-minute thing.
My first connections with John, other than seeing his name in the newspaper, was to be at the state meet, the all-state meet in cross country in track and field last year at Fitchburg State. And I said to myself, man, I wish we could get that kid. He's really outstanding. And I knew he was a football player in the process.
My junior year, I broke out track star. Nobody knew I had it in me. I didn't know I had it in me. I started breaking school records, state championships, New England's even, but I always loved football.
He showed up in August of last year and then got into the fall and did a really nice job for us on the scout team. He was a great addition in the wide receiver room.
The first time I learned that he was here by checking over Coach Whipple's roster, I went, oh my gracious, I guess that wish came true, But the first thing we did was contact the coaching staff, and they were really cooperative. Coach Whipple's recognizes the value of, with his offense, the speed and athletic ability and so forth, and hard-nosed kids.
I just got a message, and I went out, and why not do it? Get faster. It helps me. It helps the team, and I feel like it just brings me back to where I left off my senior year, but even better.
Track has two feature events, two dynamic events, the mile run and the 100 meters. And if you're a football player, the 100 meters is the one you pick.
He is a powerful, powerful runner. We were doing starts yesterday, and we used some laid down rubber track surface on top of our surface up in the Curry X cage. And he was moving that rubber surface. And that's power. He was the only kid that was doing that.
Yeah, there's guys that can just flat out go and use that speed. John's a player that once he gets the ball in his hands and he's running flatline speed, that he's gonna outrun some people.
Conditioning wise, I can do a lot more. Like when I'm out of season for the other sport, I could bring what I know into football for, say, like track. I could bring the speed into it. Football, they teach you the lifting. We do a lot of like powerlifting, so the explosion into the blocks when I'm getting out for track. So, they both intertwine with each other, give you best of both worlds, you could say.
John will come out of the track season, I'm going to imagine quicker, more explosive, easier to recover between plays, between halves, and that's what it is. It's not just the short burst of speed. It's speed endurance, the ability to be fast, both through multiple rounds in the track and then also fourth quarter speed.
Well, it's not at all uncommon. There are a ton of football track doubles.
It's an instance that's happened in the past with some of our football players. A few years back, you had Brandon London, Adrian Zulo, J.J. Moore, those fast football players.
John Johnson was a state long jump champion in New Jersey and a sprinter, and he holds a couple of records for the most points scored for us. Brandon London, very recent. And the other person at that time was an exciting, dynamic, younger, smaller, explosive player, Adrian Zulo. And with a name like that, you got to be fast.
Option. Zulo, touchdown!
Great story. We wish John continued success, and don't forget the Atlantic 10 Track and Field Indoor Championships for both the men's and women's teams will be held this weekend in Kingston, Rhode Island.